Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am the Omni viewer, and I'm here to just address a little thing that I've seen a lot of people talking about regarding Godzilla Monster Planet. As anyone who's been following the news can tell you, Godzilla's origins have been revealed to be very different from what they usually are in this film. Basically, instead of being a dinosaur or a radioactive mutant, he is a plant. A plant with mineral-based properties whose enormous girth is supported by an electromagnetic field. Like I said, huge departure from the norm. It's incredibly strange, and that's how you know it's anime. What I've seen a lot of people debating about the creature which is slowly becoming known as Plantzilla is whether or not this new origin actually matters. People seem to be of two minds. You have the crowd that thinks it's way too much that's been altered and therefore it can't be called Godzilla anymore. And you have the crowd that says as long as it looks and acts like Godzilla, who cares if it's a lizard or a shrubbery? Since I first reported on the origin, I haven't really shared my thoughts on it, and a large part of that is because there is a much deeper discussion to be had about this whole issue. That video is in production. For now, I will simply address the straightforward question. Does this drastic change in Godzilla's origin matter? I would say the answer is yes. It matters quite significantly. It matters just as much as if you made King Kong a giant snow leopard. A character's origin informs a large part of who that character is. To change it is to change everything else. This remains true for any and every character who ever has or ever will be conceived. So yes, it does matter. The real question is whether or not it's a good thing. It's all in the execution, you see. If you're going to make a drastic change to a character's origin, in order for it to work, you have to have an amazing justification for it. Take the Wonder Woman movie, for example. I won't say any specific spoilers, just in case there are some of you who still haven't seen it, but I will say that Wonder Woman's classic origin is not used in this film. They go with something very different that you may not be familiar with, but for the story being told and the character being portrayed, it works. Well, the majority of people agree it works at any rate. And yet this drastic alteration did not make her feel any less like the classic Wonder Woman. Still though, it was a risk to make that move, especially considering the origin has ties to one of the darker periods of DC Comics history. So in regards to Plantzilla, we still have yet to see if his drastically altered origin is going to work. It needs to be integral to the plot and the character's portrayal, and yet it must still somehow remain true to who Godzilla is classically. If it can't manage that, or if it just winds up being so much salad dressing, I imagine there'll be backlash. There will likely be backlash no matter what. Who am I kidding? There's already been some backlash. As always, I'm reserving judgment until I actually see it. My hope is that, regardless of the origin, I will see Godzilla either way. And those are my thoughts on the matter for now. Until such time as we meet again, this is the Omni Viewer, signing off.